Hi guys. Okay, so another Sunday, another devotional night. It is Mother's Day, so I do want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I know that I feel like Mother's Day is just like another chaotic day for me, so I don't necessarily think, oh, Mother's Day, day of rest. No. And I still have a baby. Anyways, I want to talk to you guys about trust today. I know a lot of people go the mother's route, but I'm not other people, and I don't do the normal thing. Okay. For you guys that want to follow along, I'm going to read in Isaiah 26 verses 3 and 4. And it says, "You will keep the mind that is dependent on you in perfect peace, for it is trusting in you. Trust in the Lord forever, because in the Lord himself is an everlasting rock." So I want to talk about trust. And I talked a little bit in my last devotional with my walk time about faith, but I really want to talk about trust. That to me is another hurdle that I've had to go through with in my walk with God, is trust. And so what does trust look like to you? You know, you can write it down in the chat, or, you know, just think about it to yourself. But what does trust look like to you? Trust for me is relinquishing my control of something. If I trust you to do for me, and then I don't have to worry about it. Like, case in point, right now, I trust that my husband has the chaos handled while I do this, because I know he does. And so what does trust look like to you? And then where are the places where most of your stress lies? Does that coincide? The place where you don't trust, is there a lot of stress in that? If your trust and stress are in the same pocket, then you might have problem trusting people, God, whatever. So does God have control in those spaces where your stress lies? And a lot of times, you know, it's easy to say, like the scripture in Proverbs, trust in the Lord with all your heart. It's really easy to say that as like, yes, I trust God. I trust him to take care of me, and but when you get down to the nitty gritty of it, do you really trust him with everything that you have? Or what spaces do you keep from him that you don't trust him? The scripture I read in Isaiah verse 4, it says, "Trust in the Lord forever, because in the Lord himself is an everlasting rock." So everything that we hold on to, God will take care of. Like in Matthew, it talks about the sparrows and the lilies and how God takes care of all of that. And I think a lot of times it's really hard to trust that God's got all of this, because our human mind wants to hold on to things. And especially when it comes to things like finances, or, you know, a lot of times people can trust God with their life, but then to trust him in your financial situation, or in your marriage, or with your children, or your work situation, or anything like that, it can be harder to do that because we think we could do better. If we're not trusting God, we are saying that we got this more than he would. And since God created everything in the universe, I think he's probably got a better handle on it than we do. But I just want to challenge each and every one of you to look at those aspects in your life where your stress lies the heaviest. What do you worry about from week to week, or day to day, or what keeps you up at night? And have you really, really given that over to God? Is there a part of yourself that you're still holding on to? Is there a part of your life that you're still holding on to? Because if you can give God all of that of your life, then he will show you things that you are just never prepared for. You have to be prepared for the wild ride you're going to take, because it will never inevitably be something that you didn't plan for, and it will probably be better than you ever could have planned for. And it's just important to remember that if we're really putting trust in God, that He will know what's best for us. And I say that as not the expert in that realm or that space, because I am not the expert at giving things over and stepping back and taking my hands off. Challenge yourself this week and see where you can trust God in areas that you don't. Try to give Him a space or let Him into a space that you've never let Him into. I challenge you to put yourself out of that and see what happens there. I thank you guys all for being here today. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys next week, and